So here we are in 2023, getting ready for 2024, and Joe Biden is trying to position himself in social media and the meme wars by coming up with this laser eye meme. I mean, at first I thought it was lobotomy scars, but it's now directly taken from the Bitcoin world. So is that what he's trying to say? Bitcoin just infiltrates politics, sociology, the day-to-day the workings of society. It's just making inroads everywhere.
Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Talk Crypto. Bitcoin is slowly gaining traction among government officials, and the White House appears to be no exception, with President Biden featuring laser eyes on his re-election website. Meanwhile, the Bank of England in Europe came out saying that its citizens need to accept that they are poorer and stop asking for pay increases. In today's video, Max Keiser and Stacy Herbert of the Orange Pill podcast discuss the latest news, trying to make sense of the political landscape. Keiser believes that, as the fiat world continues to fall apart at an accelerated rate, Bitcoin is making inroads everywhere, infiltrating politics and society. However, according to Stacy, they have already failed as two major nations are now stealing Bitcoiners' memes as proof. They further elaborate on the reasons for Biden's choice of laser eyes in his re-election campaign, one being that Biden is seeking the same popularity as President Bukele has gathered, as the world perceives him to be the cool president of Bitcoin country. Let's listen to Max and Stacy as they look at the headlines to give their take on why Bitcoin is winning. But before we do, please consider subscribing to our channel, as we bring you daily content on the latest crypto news. And now, let's jump right into the video.
Two major memes stolen by two major global institutions that have failed. And we know this because they're stealing our memes. That's because we are winning. We being Bitcoin, we being President Bukele. So you had the Bank of England this week tell their people to have fun staying poor. Literally, they just told them that they're going to have to get used to a lower standard of living and stop asking for wage increases.
Bank of England's new chief economist, this guy named Hugh Pill, right? He's saying it's going to be a very difficult pill for you to swallow, says Hugh Pill. Pill said a game of pass the parcel is taking place in the economy as households and companies try to pass on the higher costs. Then he goes, so somewhere in the UK,
households try to pass on the higher costs.
Yeah. So somehow in the UK, someone needs to accept that they're worse off and stop trying to maintain their real spending power by bidding up prices, whether it's higher wages or passing the energy costs through onto customers.
At the same time, we have the president over, the top guy over that US dollar fiat system, President Biden, just ripping off President Bukele, who is the first president of Bitcoin, right? So here you have him ripping him off by what? A coffee mug. He's selling a coffee mug on his Biden 2024 site with him with laser eyes.
Yeah, it shows you ultimately, Bitcoin just infiltrates politics, sociology, the day-to-day the workings of society. It's just making inroads everywhere. Now, the have fun staying poor at the Bank of England, of course, is really remarkable because the current chair of the Bank of England is saying that, people shouldn't, as you say, shouldn't ask for salary rises because that's only going to cause inflation. So they should just be having fun staying poor. They shouldn't ask for salary rises. Now that the Bank of England has been printing now for a couple of decades to bail out the bankers. Remember, the reason why the Bank of England prints so much money is that it makes it easier for the speculative class to borrow cheaply and speculate on assets and to buy assets, yachts and foreign properties and things like that. And so they created a structural environment for inflation to exist. And now that it's virtually impossible to hide the fact that the Bank of England has completely destroyed the British economy as well as other central banks, they're coming out and telling people that, we protected our class. We protected the ruling elite, and we gave them this huge multi-$100 billion gift of cheap money. But now that is trickling down ultimately to you guys, the working class in Britain. We're going to shut the spigots. We're going to say no. You have to just get used to a lower living standard. So as you point out, the war in Europe is coming home to roost in Britain, and the cost of energy is going higher. And it's really, as we've been saying before, it's a passing of the baton from the 40 to 42 year bull market in the bond market, which was focused on Wall Street and the New York Fed, where the world was on a US dollar standard and everything could be dollarized. And who controlled the dollar? You could control the global economy. And then the war in Europe meant the end of that era and the beginning of the commodity era. So commodities are setting prices for energy and food and other commodities, and the global South and the East are now in charge. There's the passing of the baton, the Thucydides trap, as you've talked about it before. And the U.S. dollar is now being used less and less every single day. There's new deals being struck with countries using something other than the dollar.
This is a central bank saying have fun, saying poor. They have literally jumped the Liotta shark into the Bitcoin meme world. It's just funny.
The Ray Liotta shark.
The Ray Liotta shark. When I saw that Joe Biden is selling a cup with a coffee mug with him with laser eyes, I was about to retweet it and say something, and then I was like, wait, I'm about to be one of these people that get played by a meme or a joke from some, Bitcoiner.
So here we are in 2023, getting ready for 2024, and Joe Biden is trying to position himself in social media in the meme wars by coming up with this laser eye meme. I mean, at first I thought it was lobotomy scars, right? I think that somehow they went in there and they botched a lobotomy and they ended up with bleeding eyeballs. But then I guess, okay, it's a laser meme, but it's now directly taken from the Bitcoin world. So is that what he's trying to say?
They just know it has cultural resonance with young people. They know that the laser eyes, like Tom Brady wore laser eyes. So they just know that these young people like laser eyes, right? And enough shitcoiners have done it. And of course, he's the president of the number one shitcoin in the world is the US dollar. So I think they probably don't know the source of it. They don't know where it comes from. And in fact, he doesn't even realize he's being subversive, okay? Because the Washington Post, New York Times, Wall Street Journal, they understand the nature of those laser eyes because, of course, they mock President Bukele for it. So you could see all the headlines. If you Google Bukele laser eyes, you'll see they were all mocking this crypto bro president and his laser eyes.
Right, so he's trying to get a halo effect with Bukele's laser eye memes by coming up with laser eyes, because they see that Bukele is the most popular politician in the world by a huge margin. So they're trying to tap into that.
I did a tweet stream about this. I said President Bukele is by far the most popular elected leader in the world. And this is why the president of the United States is now copying him by donning Bitcoin laser eyes. And then I said, this is the proof of stake mindset. They see greatness and they desire it, but they are not willing to work to achieve it, right? So they just in the altcoin world, they add blockchain to their token and their white paper, and they think that's going to, create perfect money. Nor will putting laser eyes on a mediocre politician ever make a great leader out of Joe Biden.
And so here you have the mug, you have the laser eye mug. He's trying to rip him off. And, the proof of stake mindset you get into in this thread, which is one we always see now. People just try to glom on to what's successful without putting in the work.
The sort of reaction to, say, President Bukele is like that sort of anger and jealousy. Like there's a real jealousy, right? Like, why is that guy popular? Why not me? Like, I'm going to put on laser eyes like him and maybe I'll be popular.
And with Bukele, you're right. I mean, everyone is trying to figure out what the magic formula is. Like,
yes.
How does he do it? And I think in the case of Biden, they put all that data into a computer and an AI bot, and they said, okay, what's the magic formula of Bukele? And they came out with make a meme with Biden and laser eyes.
Yeah.
That came out of the other end of the computer.
Yeah.
And it doesn't reflect any work, and it's not going to in any way going to work. And it just shows you that they're just lazy and they're not willing to really understand the context of what's going on. And also shows that their facility with just believing all the lies and the FUD around, let's say, Bukele and all these other things that they aspire to be like are usually shrouded in some controversy. And they want to know, why these things are successful, but they don't want to pierce the veil of the FUD that a lot of these things are encased in. Case in point would be Keiser report. People mimic it. They love it. It's encased in a shroud of controversy. So they don't want to go past that. Certainly not in the United States. But other countries did, and they learned about Bitcoin when it was $5, and a lot of people became millionaires as a result of it because they were willing to do the work to get through the FUD and just listen to what we were saying, but not so in the US.
Some analysts believe that Biden's embrace of the dark Brandon meme shows not only an awareness of the meme and what it represents to many of his followers, but self-awareness on how the meme livens and rejuvenates his public persona. What's your take on Biden's choice of laser eyes for his re-election campaign? Is Bitcoin slowly making inroads into the White House? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give us a like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. This is Let's Talk Crypto, and we'll see you in the next video.